kind of give you a little update of what's kind of been going on so you understand, because devotions haven't gotten done. I'm hoping to restart those again tomorrow. But I just wanted to kind of give you all a little update. Christina came this weekend. We had a lovely weekend, by the way. And hi, Bud Files. We had a lovely weekend this weekend. We were gonna go live this weekend, and the issue that kind of put me in the hospital to start with, the medication I was on helped to stop it for a brief period of time. I'm on brief period of time, but it didn't stop it entirely. And so my doctor, when I went Wednesday to the doctor, said if the issue starts again, and if you're a woman, we all know about our wonderful cycles. Believe me, I'm over it and I've had it. So if you're a man and you're here, sorry, but I need to give everybody an update. So she said if it, you'll have some issues, a minor thing, but you shouldn't have anything like you were at the hospital. And there's all the tests came back negative. There's no issues with anything. There's no cancer. Everything's wonderful and beautiful, and that's wonderful. So she said, give it a couple days, which I did. And by Sunday, I'm like, okay, if I don't restart the pills, which she did it at a 20 milligram level instead of a 10, I'm going to be back in the hospital. So I started it Sunday, and it is not going quietly. Let's just put it that way. When I was in her office on Wednesday, just trigger warning, sensitive subject here, she said we could consider doing a DNC. And I said, okay, but I really have been quite overwhelmed. And she could see that. She saw how much she said, I know you've lost your aunt. My husband's grandmother's sister just passed away last night, or not last night, the day before. His grandmother was having some health issues. We'd had some stuff happen before Patty passed. There was just a couple things that have made my hormones go, and to say the least. And so she could tell I was overwhelmed, because I'm going to have to be put under for that. And the thought of that at the time was so overwhelming, I couldn't handle it. Yes, it's good information. And mind you, by the time I got into the hospital, I had gone for 10 days, plus several very, very nothing really to talk about before then. So I'm taking the medicine that they prescribed, and it's at 20 milligrams. I'm on my Sunday, Monday, I'm on my 4th day. So, hi, Lucum, how are you? I'm on my 4th day, and we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. By Friday, I'm going to be giving her a call and find out if, when the medication is over, this next round of 10 days, can she put me on another 10 days? Is it possible to be on for another 10 days of the medication, or at least put me on 10 milligrams for the next 10 days, and then go down to a maintenance dose? Because of my age, I cannot go on birth control to regulate everything right now, but this is just the progesterone without the estrogen. So it's just taking its sweet time to stop again. I did have some time very briefly the last time around. So guys, I've really had to take it very easy. I broke down in tears today with my husband. I was just like, I'm so done. You can't imagine. It's like, I'm so done. I've had it. I'm over it. I'm exhausted. I know I'm supposed to do that Mother's Day project. I don't know if I'm going to get that done. I did get the 2 blankets that needed to get done by Mother's Day done. Um, I'm really hurting. I did have some mashed potatoes with some ground beef in the thing tonight, and some peas, mince and mashed potatoes. We had that because I needed the ground beef. I wanted the iron from the ground beef. So I did have that tonight for dinner. Mom cooked that. Hi, Lydia. I really wanted to do that Mother's Day project. We'll see where I am tomorrow. But I have just literally had to take it really, really, take it really easy because I've just been exhausted. Hi, Pro. How are you? I've actually had to sleep in the weirdest position. My bed is adjustable, but I've actually had to sleep with my head on the foot of the bed because the way the bed is, it's actually tilted me more like this, and it's helping because I spent most of the weekend not being able to sleep. So this is what my life is right now. I haven't been able to. I really wanted to do devotions. I did the last one on the 1st, and I was all caught up. I was so proud of myself. So today my wrist needed a little break from crocheting, so we've been working on thumbnails. I've been watching movies. I've been sitting up. I've been trying to do things. My mom, when we get rotisserie chickens from Sam's Club, she makes a big pot of bone broth. And so the next time she does it, I'll film it. And so she went out Sunday and got some wonton soup, which sounded really good. And then the past 2 helpings of it, because it was a quart, I've put some bone broth in it, and we actually put some bone broth in to the meat tonight. And I'm probably going to put some more bone broth in, or have a little bone broth in every day. She's got some of that, so I'll probably end up having that. But I've just really, really had to take it easy. I put a new playlist on the playlist, all of our playlists, and it is a support playlist, and it's actually going to go away tomorrow. What's going to start happening with that playlist is every Thursday, it's going to get refreshed. I'm in a part of a group that helps us kind of, watch each other's content. And I'm going to be putting fresh videos in there along with some of ours. And if you can go and support those channels in the playlist and watch those videos for them and comment below, that would be very helpful. We wanted there to support each other. But I'm going to try real hard tomorrow to at least get to the point where I could do a couple of devotions and get them recorded and so forth. Friday, before Christina came, I had every intention of doing, and thought, great, I'll do enough to last the weekend. Wasn't too bad. And we got, just as I was finishing up crocheting and so forth, the siren came across and we got a tornado warning. So it was like, okay, can't do anything for the next hour. And then, of course, Christina walked in the door, so nothing else happened with that. So I need to learn more about Streamlabs. I can't do anything right now. It is beyond frustrating because this is really just kind of taken over my life right now. And I know for a lot of people, maybe going to get a DNC is no big deal, but for me right now, it's huge. I don't know why. The doctor realized that tremendously. She said, I can see how overwhelmed you are. And I don't know if they would even want to do it at this time right now until they could give my body a break. I don't even know if I have the strength to even go through it right now. So I'll see what the doctor wants to do, and hopefully she'll maybe continue the medication or do it for another 10 days at the 20 milligrams, and see where she has me at that point. I kind of want to get through Mother's Day. I want to get through my birthday, and we'll see where I'm at, and go from there. I just take one day at a time. That's all I'm doing right now, is taking one day at a time. We usually do our mystery wheel for Wednesday. I slept till 11 o'clock this morning, and I knew that I even canceled my therapy appointment. I said I can't even do any of that, because I just knew if I needed to sleep, I needed to sleep. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. I needed to sleep. I'm not doing a lot of stuff. I'm just trying to take care of myself right now. But if you guys could do me a favor, I'm going to start putting up a rewind video. I'm going to go through the live, starting with the first one, working its way up. And I'm going to put it on the community tab. If you guys can go there, and if you can on occasion, or even if you're able to do it, a couple times in the week, and just hit that and play the video, just to keep our watch hours to where they are and keep us monetized. And I cannot do the content right now until I get my body to the point where I'm not doing what I'm doing. This has been, I feel like I'm in a very, very dark tunnel with no way out right now. And I know that that's not the case, but it just feels like I just want a break. And I cried with my husband today. I said, please, I just want everything to, please, I just want a break. And I feel like I'm finally kind of getting it, but it's just, I'm like, man, it's going with a bang. It's like I've had it. So, I don't know in the next couple of days if the medicine does not totally stop it for a couple of days, then I may have to make another trip back to the hospital. So I don't know where I'm going to be. And I'm taking one day at a time. Let's get through today. Sometimes let's get through the moment. I kind of thought about thinking about maybe I needed to go back to the hospital today. And I don't quite know. So I'm taking tomorrow. I'm getting through tonight. Then we're going to see where I am tomorrow. It's then Thursday. And so Friday I will message the doctor, give them exactly where I'm at, and see, where she, at the end of this 10 round dose, does she want to go for another 10 days at the 20 milligrams, just to get everything back in check. This may take a while for my hormones to finally kind of get with the program. And that's all I can do, is kind of, let my body do itself, whatever it's going to do. I don't know what. But I may end up doing that video. We'll see where I am on Friday with the Mother's Day project, but I didn't even have the energy to do that. If I can't do the Mother's Day project, then I will. It's really a project you could do anytime, and we can still put it together. It may not be for Mother's Day, but we'll figure something out. I'll do something for it. I don't know quite what, but I took a nap. I have a bad cut on my hand. And that's part of the reason too, is because I'm like, It's healing. It's just not in the greatest spot. But I'm like, I really don't want that on the video when I do the video. It's getting better. It looks a lot better in person than it does on the thing. So anyway, but I'm just a mess. I'm a mess. And all I can do really right now is just take it easy, and take it easy and do what I need to do for myself and for my health. And the hormones will work itself out. It'll all get back into check and everything. But I wanted to give everybody a little bit of update. But if you guys can, I'll start doing that maybe tomorrow or Friday. Just put up a like a link to a video and just say, can you guys go watch this if you're able to? Leave a comment below, and we're going to start with the first live and go up. I know I'm planning to do some shorts out of each one of the lives, but I'm not there yet. If I can get some, we worked on thumbnails today, but I'm planning to also work on some Bible verses. And go from there. And so I'll put maybe some of those up, the Bible verses and so forth. And, you know, getting all those things ahead of the time period. But, you know, if it takes me a while to get caught up with all those, then it does. But if you guys can watch any of your stuff, that would be very, very helpful. I would gratefully appreciate it. And so I'll start putting up videos from the first one going up. And I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be fine. I'm taking it easy. I'm resting. Yeah, I saw your message. And I'll talk to you in a minute when I get done. But, you know, it's just, it's mentally and physically exhausting. But I've gotten up and I've moved today a little bit. I've walked around. I was walking around even before then. I did a load of laundry. I've made sure I've had plenty of fluids, and I'm walking around, and I'm trying, but I'm getting frustrated. I've eaten good today. I had some wonton soup with some bone broth in it, and I had some bananas. I took some bananas yesterday, and I just covered them in a little bit. Hi, Lucy. I covered them up in a little bit of chocolate, so I snacked on those today a little bit. And I'm just making sure that I'm doing one step at a time. And I have 13th, I have an appointment with my regular doctor who I've never met before. And I will have them go ahead, and they'll probably want to do blood work and so forth. And I'll have them do a test and see where my hemoglobin is and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I was just not ready for it when she was talking about it. And I don't know, she probably wouldn't want to do something right now, because she'd probably want me to kind of recover from all this. I'd like to be able to recover from all this and get back to normal life. But she agrees that the loss of somebody can throw your hormones into an absolute tizzy, and that's exactly what it's done. And so I will find out either tomorrow or Friday. I have to finish the medication. And when I get done with this medication, does she want me on another round of 20 milligrams for the next 10 days? And then when I get done, does she want to move me down to 10 and down to 5? I think personally, when I was in the hospital, she put me on 20 milligrams of this medicine the first night. And then she moved me down to 10. And I don't think I should have been on 20 milligrams right from the get-go for 10 days. I'm not saying she's a wonderful doctor. She is so patient. I'm not saying I'm a doctor and I have any idea what to do. I don't have anything to know what to do. But I think it would have been maybe helpful for me to be on the 20 milligrams for 10 days from the start, and then maybe have the 10 milligrams. Because I think that's probably what I needed. So I don't know. But I don't have the energy for much other than to keep doing what I'm doing. And I love you all. And I've missed doing anything. And I've missed being on and having that connection happening. I really enjoying those Mystery Wednesdays, but I knew I just couldn't do it. So be lifting up prayers for me, because I'd like to get back to my normal life. This, I can deal with fibromyalgia, but this is not normal. I feel like I can't do anything right now. I can't go anywhere right now. Hi, Daisy May. I can't do anything right now other than just stay here. And not that I'm doing much of anything, but I feel very restricted right now until I can really do anything. And it'll all get itself worked out, but I'm over it. I'm over it. I've been over it for days. And, you know, and I hope that it'll just, it'll eventually just stop itself. I'm just like, sometimes being a woman is not easy. It's not fun. And she said to me, you're not in this high DMV. She said, you're not in the stages of menopause yet because you haven't skipped a cycle. People need to understand, when you have fibromyalgia, your times as a woman, especially the time of the month, is much more painful than normal. It is tiring, it's exhausting, and it is on a level different because you are dealing with a chronic pain issue. So it's been my life since I've sort of had fibromyalgia. I am looking for the day when I can say sayonara. I was glad that when she did all the testing that needed to get done, everything came back normal. And there's no issues. And that was one of the things she said, is she said to me, there's no cancer. There's nothing that you have going on in there that we need to rush into anything right now. You are so overwhelmed that she said, we've got to calm everything down. I'm just having a really difficult time after, what I thought was a normal cycle didn't turn out. 10 days of a cycle was like, I think the last time I had that is after I had Christina. So that's what put me in the hospital. I was like, when is this going to stop? And then I did go on the medication, and I went to the doctor. They did, made sure there's no issues. There wasn't anything that was going to put me on the operating table, immediately. There was no cancer issues. There was nothing like that. Everything came back clear and good. ICT. Everything came back good and clean and fine. There's no issues with that. And so she said, when you stop the medication, you're going to have, because of my age, and I said this before, she can't put me on birth control to regulate everything. Because that has estrogen in it. The medication I'm on has just progesterone in it. Just that part, which is fine for my age to be on. And So she ended up, she said, if when you stop the medicine, you're going to have issues. You're going to have a little breakthrough. I was like, I was expecting that. And she said, give it till Sunday or Monday. And if it doesn't stop, start taking the medication again. Hi, Snap. How are you? Well, by Sunday, I was done. This is not stopping. We're going down a path that's going to put me right back in the hospital. And so I started on Sunday, and it is tapering off little bit by little bit, but it is taking its sweet time to do so. So I'm going to call her probably tomorrow, let her know. I want to see where I'm at 5 days into this medication. I want to see where I'm sitting at so I can ask her, can I go on 20 more milligrams for another 10 days when this is done? And then taper down to 10 and then taper down to 5. I think she said, but I was in the office when I was there and I was crying. She is such a patient doctor. She really is. Guys, find a doctor, especially when you're dealing with women issues, that you can connect with and that is going to hear you. And if you got somebody that's trying to rush you and so forth, let it go. Go find somebody that's going to, she pulled out Kleenexes for me. She just sat with me. She just was like, she said, I can only imagine what you and your body have been through in the past, she said, you've been through heck and back in the past 2 months. No wonder your hormones are going all over the map. So by tomorrow, especially in the afternoon, I'll have some idea. I'll be 5 days into the medication. And I can find out from her when this stops, can I restart the medication for another 10 days? And then go down to 10 and then go down to a maintenance, which I think that's what she said, of 5. She said there's another medication, and I tend to, for me, when I start a new medication, I tend to get a little bit anxious because I don't know how it's going to interact with me. And so sometimes I'll have a wonderful fibromyalgia. I just love it. No, do not. I can have a panic attack over medication when I don't know how it's going to interact with me. And so there is a medication that she can put me on that would, when it's time to have that, that time of the month, that she can give me that could actually lessen the flow that I would have to take for 5 days for every 3 times a day. There's also a little, something they can put up there that could also help. And I didn't want that because I have fibromyalgia and I'll probably feel everything under the sun. Thank you so much. To do a DNC, I have to go in the hospital. They have to put me under. And the minute she started talking about that, I was in tears. And she goes, we're not doing this right now. You're okay. I've kind of had to say what my therapist has said to me during a panic attack. You're not going to die. You're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I've been doing a lot of praying. I listened to a wonderful message from Lisa Harper today, and I literally was just in tears. And I was in tears with my husband today, and I'm like, my mom's been helping, and I'm just having to take it real easy. But if you guys can go back and watch her stuff, and I'll start putting those posts on and just say, hey, daily rewind, you can watch it. It would just help to maintain us until I can get back to the swing of things. Because I can't even begin to sit there and get back to the swing of things necessarily right now. And I want to, but I also know I have to take care of myself. And I know there's people on here, people in my family that says, wait a minute, you got to take it easy. You can't push it. And that's exactly what I've had to do. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just very discouraged. I'm discouraged. I'm tired. I'm exhausted, both mentally and physically right now. I'm sleeping. I've been sleeping really good, even though I can say it's in the weirdest position. Maybe I can sleep regular tonight, but I've literally I'm I'm not in tremendous pain. I'm just done. I'm just emotionally and physically done because I did at one point talk to a family member, and they said they kind of had this for a little bit where they had issues. And I mean, I think that it's just going to take some time to regulate it. My body went through heck, guys, when Patty passed. Um, I know we were expecting it, but it did. And there was some stuff that went on before Patty passed that were a lot of little losses for me. And so um, I felt like I cried a little bit today for Patty. Um, and I'm taking one day at a time. I did have some meat. I did make myself some instant mashed potatoes so I could have some ground beef, get some red meat in me. And I'm just taking one day at a time. But it's having me pull back from here for a little bit right now. You probably haven't seen me too much in any chats right now because I've been focusing a lot on the crochet. Like I said, I got those 2 blankets done that needed to get done. I've got one for Christina, so now I'm down to 3 instead of 5. And today I took a little break I'm probably will go back to crocheting. I did a little break so I could get ahead with some things today on the computer. And Josh and I watched movies, and I sat up and I did some walking, and Mocha cuddled with me, and I'm going to get through it. I just really have to make sure I'm not pushing myself too much because I really don't have much to push. I really don't right now. I'm too tired. But like I said, our bed is tilted, but I've literally had to sleep, with the head on the foot of the bed like this because of the way I'm doing it, and it's worked. I said to Josh came in, I think it was Monday, and I was kind of half asleep, and he said, boy, that's a weird position. I didn't care because I had spent so many past 2 nights not even really sleeping, and I found like a really crazy position with my head up, my head at the foot of the bed, and like this groove in the bed that I made myself. And I was like, I slept for 3 solid hours, and I was like, I didn't care. It was comfortable, and I really didn't care. So Josh says to me that I don't look. I mean, I look tired. I know I'm exhausted. I know I look tired, but he says, he's watching. He says you don't look like you did when you were in the hospital. He said you look like you still got color in your face and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just taking it easy. That's all I can do. But I wanted you all to know what was going on. I figured if I didn't tell y'all what was happening with me and give you a little bit of an update as far as I am. I think I'm emotionally and physically just wiped. I've had enough. I've literally had enough. I'm done. I'm over it. I don't want to see any of it for another. I said to my husband, I said, honestly, I would be happy not to see this thing for the next 3-4 months. I have gone through ridiculous. I'm done. I'm over it. But I'm not lightheaded. I was kind of watching out for that today a little bit. I'm not lightheaded. I don't feel dizzy. I'm a little weak because I just haven't been able to do much. That's all understandable. But I'm not like I was when we went to the hospital were literally like I turned and I got really wobbly and all that. I don't feel unsteady on my feet. Yes, I've been drinking water. I've been really, really, really trying to, if flushing is going to help, I've been guzzling the water, and I need to do some more before I go to bed. I've been having tea. I've been drinking bone broth. I don't feel lightheaded or unsteady on my feet. And I've also been having protein, making sure I'm having protein. My mom got me some orange sherbet. That was really good today. So if I felt like I was going to pass out, that would be on a trip to the hospital. I'm not there yet. But if you guys can go back and watch any of our things, that would help to just maintain it. Hi, you dear. How are you? I'd appreciate it. You're probably not going to see much from me. I may pop on for a live. It'll probably do me good to do some connection. But it'll probably be like this. I can't even begin to think about working with, you know, I can't even think about working with Streamlabs right now. So we'll do what we need to do. It's just frustrating. If you are able to watch anything from the past and it does have ads, if you could just let them run, we would appreciate that. That does help the revenue side of everything, the ad revenue side. That does make a difference. So if you can let those, ads just run, and if they're running, just let them run. But I will start placing them on the post, and I won't be putting anything that says we're sharing monetization or any ones that said we're not monetized with that video or live or whatever. But if you guys can, I would really appreciate it. And I put a joke out yesterday. It was pretty funny too, actually. And I put our quote up for Monday, and I know that I need to sit and do the quote reviews for February and March. I don't even know. I have to look when last. I think I did February, but I need to do March and April. But that'll happen, at least March. But hopefully by next week I can get back to. I want my body to get back to regular scheduled programming, please. I'm telling you, I've said that. I'm like, body, anytime you can get back to regular scheduled programming because this girl has had it. And then we can also get back to regular scheduling programming because I would really like that. This has not been fun. This has actually been frustrating. And I'm telling you what, I'm looking forward to the day when I do not deal with this anymore. My body went offline. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what I feel. It's like, body, I've had enough. I'm over it. So I'm done. But I will be putting up those support playlists that I'm putting up are channels that are helping us to just kind of watch our content. And I go through my list of people and I put a couple of videos of each channel in and I tag them. So if you guys can watch that playlist and make sure you're connected with those channels and make a comment in those videos and go back and watch our stuff, that would mean a lot. We'll get there and I'll get back to the swing of things and so forth. But I thought, I wanted to walk this a little delicately. But this is important. And, to understand, this is, women's issues are not often talked about. Just know, and DMV, I'm so appreciative of that. You have no idea. They're not talked about. Um, the answer is on repeat. We are sorry you called. Did not go through. Please try again later. You know, they're not talked about. I thought about how do I do this. I thought, it's part of nature. It's what we go through as women to have a cycle. Unfortunately, with fibromyalgia, cycles suck. And I was told by my doctor that when I do go through the change, and which I'm not there yet apparently. I wish I could find out when, but anyway. And having fibromyalgia, he said, boy, you're going to have a real doozy of a time. And I knew that. So anyway, it's part of nature. It's just a frustrating part. I'm not saying doing a DNC is totally out. My mother had to go through one. Hi, Hats on a Mission. And by the way, Hats on a Mission, I looked at your channel. What you're doing, I think, is awesome. And eventually, I'd love for you to come on our channel and talk about that and see how the local crochet community can come together and help you do what you're going to do. I'm having some health issues right now I need to focus on. Once I do, I'd love to have you on and talk about it, and then have people come beside and help you to do what you're doing. But I think what you're doing is awesome. And if I'm not great with hats, I do one pattern and that's it. But I would love to be able to do that. I do scarves a lot better, so that's something down the road you could use, then we'll work something out. But I would love to see us help you make your mission. Hi, lady, how are you? Make your mission even better. So if you guys haven't checked out Hats on a Mission, go ahead and check them out. But anyway, it's frustrating because, you just sit there and going, I'm not saying a DNC is totally out for me to have done. My mom had to have one done. My grandmother had to have one done. The problem, here's what lies on this part of it, is she said to me, the DNC could help and it could not do a dang on thing. It's not, I don't have a crystal ball. It could help you for a couple months. It could help you for a couple years. It could do absolutely diddly squat. So because of that, and because there's no issue with any kind of huge cyst or cancer or anything like that going on in there, we don't need to rush down that line. We have to be careful that we're not going to put you in a position where you're getting anemic or anything like that. But she said, as far as having to rush you into anything right now, it's not something we have to do. No. A DNC, DNV is yes, it is. If you are pregnant and you have a miscarriage, they will do a DNC. But if you are older and having issues similar to kind of what I'm going through right now, or you have, I'm going to say it wrong, fibrous tumors, which are non-cancerous, most of them are non-cancerous, they go in and they kind of tidy things up a little bit. They clean things out. They, kind of go in and do some house cleaning in there, basically what it is. So it can be done for someone, but you have to go underneath anesthesia fully, and you can still go home and do everything you can do and everything, but it's not a total thing that it's going to work. There's a high probability that it would, and they would go in and scrape the lining and do all that and just tidy things up in there. And that would go ahead and possibly do that. But it could just last a couple months and then I could be back into the same hole I'm in right now. It could last a couple years. You just don't know. Now, understand that I only have, in 2010, I had a very large, which I do not have now, 17 centimeter cyst on my left ovary. I don't have a left ovary. I just have a right ovary. That's all I have. And so I had major surgery to remove that. And I have the scar to prove it too. It was a very painful surgery, to say the least. This would not be in surgery necessarily. So she doesn't feel at this point having everything taken out is either something that needs to get done. I'm just trying to kind of take one day at a time. No, they probably wouldn't repeat it. If they'd probably, at that point, they would do medicine route, because I know it eventually, at the age I'm at, in June is my big birthday. Really what I wanted to do for my birthday is I wanted to go down to Columbus, Ohio, and go to a place called the Wilds. I wanted to go wild for my birthday because it's a big one. I'm going to tell you what age it is. And they have like a safari trip you can take. It would be on the 21st, I think. And it's like $100 per person, which I don't know if we can afford at this point. And I don't know where I'm going to be for what's going on right now. They also have it, Josh and I will be celebrating our 18th wedding anniversary, July 21st. So I thought about maybe waiting till July and kind of bringing in combination of it. But you take a safari kind of trip on a bus for like 2 hours, but then you also can have like a buffet dinner. And I thought, oh, that'd be so good. Go wild on my birthday. We are going to do a birthday celebration on my birthday, but I thought that'd be so much fun. Go to the wilds. I've always wanted to go there. Go for a safari trip. Take you all along and go wild on my birthday. I thought, but I don't know if we'll have thought, oh, it's on a Saturday. We could take Christina and Jared with us. But that would be like $400 for all of us to go. And I'm like, I don't have that. And I don't know if I'll have the $200 to make it do, but I thought that would be so much fun to go do. And if it doesn't happen, we'll do it later. Yeah, June 18th is my big birthday. It's a big one, but I'm not telling you. Just have to guess what it is. So I think that they would at that point, if the DNC didn't work long term, they would just do medicine. And if it didn't work, they'd probably just say, let's just go in and yank everything out at this point. So I don't know. I think, 21, I love that. My birthday is 18. I'm celebrating my 21st birthday again. I like that. I think, Josh says he doesn't remember this. I think she said that she could put me on a 5 milligrams maintenance dose of this medicine. So we'll see. I have to call her tomorrow or Friday and give her an update. I'd rather wait till Friday because at that point, 6 days in, and I could say to her, can you throw me another 20 milligrams of this and really hit it hard and see what she says with that, and go from there. So I'm trying to get through Mother's Day. I'd like to enjoy that with my mother and with Christina and myself. I really don't want to spend it in the hospital. Trying to avoid that as much as I can. So we're just going to take one day at a time. I appreciate everybody's support, but I figured out I needed to come on here because you all needed to know what was going on. This is not, I'm under the weather, I don't feel like it, I'm dealing with the chronic pain of all this. Yes, I'm all that fibromyalgia, the normal stuff, right? That's all stuff that's happening, but I'm dealing with some other stuff that I really am having to pull back the horns a little bit, because if I don't kind of take it easy and don't let my body kind of return back to what it was, then I'm not going to, I can't go hard at the paint right now. I have got to pull back and take it easy. That's what I have been doing, and taking one day at a time. That's all I can do. So I wanted you all to know where it is. It's about 10:46 at 10:45. I've gotten through, I think, what did I get through till? We got through January, or the devotions. We got through the thumbnails for May 11th. And so I'm going to work to try to get the rest of the thumbnails done for the rest of the month tomorrow. I'm going to try, but I'm also not going to, I'm not going to wait till I'm, in trouble either. I know. I mean, today was kind of like if I felt lightheaded or if I felt dizzy or unsteady on my feet, then I was going. I don't feel like that right now. I've lost a little bit of weight, not much, but just a couple pounds, which is fine. I'll be glad to take that with this. Guys, it's the first time I've laughed and I've needed it. But again, I'm in good hands. My doctor is wonderful. She's a sweetheart of a doctor. She says take as long as you need, and if I need to try that other medication she wants me on, then I'll try that. But we'll see where she wants me to. I have, like I said, 5 more days of the medication I'm on, and we'll see where we're at. But I'm taking things really, really easy, and I think that this is going to be a subject we should talk about, women's health and women's issues, and making sure that we're here to support each other. Oh yeah, she's wonderful. She's not forcing me to go. The thought of me doing that right now, I said to my mom today, I said, you need to even go get my teeth worked on. And I'm like, I can't do any of that right now. I have to focus on this. And I can't seem to focus on anything else right now. So, but I'm sleeping. I'm in good hands. My family's helping me. My church has even said if we felt like we needed food, to please let them know that they would even provide some meals for us. So, guys, I'm in good hands. You guys are there. I know you are, and I'm so thankful. Christine and I were going to do a live this weekend. She had brought hair dye. It was going to be green. My dad's heavenly birthday, was May 3rd. But I was I said to her this weekend, I said, I can't do any of it. I was in no shape to do any of it, and I didn't. And she understood. She was just happy to be here. So I'm taking one day at a time. But anyway, I'm going to let you all go. I'm going to go have a shower and get ready for bed and have some more sherbet. Sherbet's actually tasted really, really good. So I just wanted to give you all an update and let you know I'm okay. I will keep you updated. I will keep you in the loop. I will keep connecting. But remember to be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken. And I will try tomorrow if I'm feeling well. I'm actually feeling pretty good tonight. I'm really glad I kind of had that ground beef tonight. I will see where I am tomorrow. If I can, I will get some devotions caught up. And we'll take one day at a time. So if you guys, again, can watch any of our things, just watch in full, comment on, so forth. That would mean a lot. We'd appreciate that so, so much and help us kind of just, that'll help in two ways. That by, I love you too, y'all, believe me. That helps in two ways. When you guys can watch stuff and go back and watch things, YouTube sees people are watching and they push us out a little bit further. And so it just helps us. It helps keep our numbers and our watch hours where they need to stay to be able to stay monetized. I've really worked hard for my mom to have that little bit of revenue that comes in. We probably won't make their $100 threshold this month for her to get it, but that's okay. It'll happen one day at a time. I'm just thrilled for the connection, and when she is able to get that little extra every month, it makes us heart happy when it happens. And that'll happen. God is good. God's grace will happen. And I'm so thankful for all of you guys. I know that if I'm down, that I can come on here and you guys are going to lift me right back up. And I have smiled more tonight than I have smiled in the past couple days. And I appreciate it so much. Thank you all. I've laughed and I needed it because I've been relatively discouraged a lot in the past couple of days. But remember, we got you covered. You certainly have us covered. And we're so, so grateful and so thankful for all the love and support you give us. And keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook required. It's really, really important because it helps lift you up. So I'm going to go get ready for bed and probably crochet. I've done enough stuff with the computer today, and I'll probably do some stuff tomorrow. I had a laptop, so I sat on the couch. I was a good girl and watched Benson and relaxed and took it easy. And go get some more water down me before I go to bed, and then took a nap today too, so I'm in good hands. Don't worry about me. Alrighty. I love all of you. Thank you. Continue to pray for me. I will take all the prayers I can get right now and get my body back to regular scheduled programming. Anytime, it will be very appreciative. Love you all. I'll see you on the next one, and take care. God bless. Bye-bye, everybody.